Back on the show is the monkey god himself, Jared Brooks. He's going to be taking on Eric Shelton coming up here at UFC 214 on July 29th. Jared, what's going on? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Just got done with my second Coach Kara Rose class. Just with one of my best friends, Devin Jackson, over here, representing Indiana.
Good stuff. That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. And, of course, I interviewed you before what was supposed to be your UFC debut way back at UFC 208 in February. Just take me through what happened when you found out that Ian McCall was off this card and your fight was canceled.
Well, I was trying to get some sleep, trying to get that rest before the fight. And my manager kept calling me, and I was, ignoring his calls because I wanted to sleep. And finally picked up, and he was like, hey, man, got some bad news. 6 hours before the fight, found out Ian backed out due to medical injuries. And, you hate to see that because, you see another athlete like yourself. And when that goes down, just you gotta go with the blows. And I'm fine with that. Just took another 3 months to get prepared for this fight. And I'm ready for Eric Shelton, man. I'm ready to come in and show the world my face, and they're never going to forget it.
Yeah, it was such a letdown because you had such a good, kind of build up to the fight with McCall, and then, of course, that the fight ends up off. Just one more thing on that. Did he ever reach out to you at all kind of saying, hey, look, sorry about what happened, or was there any dialogue after that?
No, I don't think Ian really liked me too much after the stuff that I was putting him through before the fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I was going to mention, so I was at UFC 210, and Magomed Bibulatov won his UFC debut there, and I saw right on Twitter you had called him out a bit, and I asked him about it, and he didn't seem to know who you were. What are your thoughts on that matchup? Is that still a fight you want down the line?
Oh, Magomed Bibulatov knows who I am. His whole country knows who I am. I went over there in March of 2016. And went in their ACMA championship tournament, which was a $90,000 tournament. So I beat the first guy, which was Chris Maya, tough English dude, and then was supposed to fight Magomed the second round, and I was supposed to get 15-15 for that fight. And then all of a sudden, the president owns the company. You know what I'm saying? Nothing against Chechnya. Yeah. Chechnya is a bunch of badass people, badass fighting country, but they cut me down to 5-5. And they knew that, they were going to screw me out of money at that point. They didn't want me to fight their golden boy because they knew that he was going to be in the UFC soon, and I was going to be in the UFC soon. So at the end of the day, I don't know if it was him that didn't want to fight me or his country didn't want him to fight me. But I'm ready in Detroit. I'm going to beat this dude. I'm going to beat Eric Shelton. And then in December, he can come to my stomping grounds, and I'll fight him in my country. You know what I'm saying? Fight him in my hometown. Yeah. So I think Magomed is a good dude. He's a hell of an athlete. The dude has been fighting all of his life, been fighting with killers all of his life. But when it comes down to it, I got in that dude's head. I don't know if you've seen the video of him getting in my face, and I asked him if he wanted to kiss me. And he pushed me in my face, and he had all of his guys around him and stuff like that. And, I wasn't really I think he was kind of shook at that point. I knew I would get in his head. He ain't used to that.
Yeah, that was definitely a fight that I'd love to see on that Detroit card. But let's talk about the present right now. You're taking on Eric Shelton. He's 10-3. How do you feel like you match up against him?
Man, I feel really good about it. I'm not going to get into too much of the logistics. I'm just going to go in there and do work and get it over with quick if I can. If he's as tough as I think he is, I'm ready for all 3 rounds. I'm in shape. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. He's not going to be ready for the pressure that I bring. I've watched him since 2011. These guys see me as a newcomer, so at that point, I change into my opponents throughout the whole camp. There's nothing more scarier than seeing yourself across the octagon. And I study my opponents, and I study my division, and I don't think these guys are going to be ready for the chaos and the shit that I'm about to bring to this division.
Excellent. Let's talk about training camp. Who are some of your main training partners that have been helping you get ready for this fight?
Training with, all the Michigan top team, all the Detroit Jiu-Jitsu. I train all around the state. I train with Darren Cruikshank, Jason Fisher. I got world champions in jiu-jitsu that I'm working with at Detroit Jiu-Jitsu almost every day. Worked out with this guy named Johnny Glove. He's worked with guys like Lennox Lewis. Worked out with I don't know if you know Showtime. He's pretty much coached Klitschko, all the best boxers in the world. I just got like a pretty much an all-star team of coaches behind me, and an all-star team of training partners. I can go anywhere I want in the state, and I get welcome in arms. So Michigan has given me a lot of love, even though I'm from Indiana and, been traveling across the world to train and stuff like that. So, I train with pretty much everybody. I train with Cody Stamann. I train with Darren Cruikshank. Train with Jesse Bozzi. I train with both the Scoggins brothers. There's some up-and-comers coming around here, too, that a lot of people are sleeping on, too.
Yeah, no. You talked about the killers over at Michigan Top Team and Cody Stamann. How cool was it seeing Cody get his win, a couple weeks back at UFC 213?
Man, he just came straight off of the couch and went in and performed. And Sean Shelby, from what I understood, loved his performance. He went against a really tough boxer. That Terry Almere ain't no joke. So, I think that Cody is a force to be reckoned with at the 135-pound division. He fought at 145. So, I think, and he had an injury. So, hopefully he gets a little bit healthier. He was in here today. Hopefully he gets a little bit healthier to where he can actually, go against these guys in the top 10 and just beat the shit out of them.
We're a couple weeks out from your fight. How's the weight cut going, getting down to 125?
Bro, I'm like 130 right now. I'm perfect. You know what I'm saying? All these guys are depleting themselves. They're cutting from 145, 150. I'm sitting here cutting from 135, and I'm 130 right now, a week and a half out. And these guys are not going to be ready for my speed and my strength that I'm going to bring to the division. Like Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius Johnson's my size. He's my height. He's, cutting from 140, and that's why he's killing everybody in the division, because everybody else is cutting and depleting themselves. And I've watched it throughout wrestling my whole life, and, I've never really cut weight. I've just bumped up, and that's why I've always won.
Awesome. July 22nd, how do you see this fight unfolding? Without giving away the game plan, how do you sort of see this fight kind of going down?
Well, I'm going to put the pressure on him real fucking quick. And if he doesn't break, then I guess we're going 3 rounds. But he's going to break sometime in that fight, and it's either going to be a knockout or submission. So you're going to see fireworks come July 29th in Anaheim, California, and hopefully, just hopefully, out of that stacked card, maybe, just maybe, I can get that $50,000 bonus.
Before I let you go here, I asked all the fighters this. I'll ask you the same question. What are you watching on Netflix right now? Are you a Netflix guy at all?
I've been watching a lot of movies. I watched The Hunt. I don't know if you ever.
I heard of it. Yeah, it's supposed to be good.
Lately I've just been in that little animalistic state, just watching animals kill other animals. Pretty much. I don't want to sound too much of a psycho here, but
no, I saw your tweet today. I thought that was hilarious, where you're talking about how I wish you were saying like, oh, I wish I was an animal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you got to get in that mind frame heading into the fight. I hear you.
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, everyone's got to check it out. It's UFC 214. It's coming up here on July 29th. Jared, always a pleasure getting a chance to talk to you, man. Where can people get a hold of you on social media? And if you got any thank yous or shout outs, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, on Instagram, it's _monkeygod. Same with Twitter. You guys can pretty much just find me as Jared Brooks on Facebook. I got to thank all my family, my friends, my training partners. I got to thank Mike Williams. Got to thank all my sponsors that have helped me throughout my whole career and to where I am right now. This is the beginning, and you guys are going to remember my face, and you guys are going to see me flourish in this flyweight division, if not the bantamweight division too.